Good day everyone, and welcome to the English 101 course with me Alip Maulana as your teacher in the next few minutes. So, are you in job hunt and feeling a little lost when it comes to application letters? Well, you're not alone. A strong application letter can be your golden ticket to an interview. But for many, it's a mysterious document filled with confusion. But fear not, students. In this video, we're going to crack the application letter code. We'll break down everything you need to know, from the structure and formatting to crafting a compelling message that makes you stand out from the pile. Without any further ado, let's get into it. What is a cover letter? A cover letter, or commonly known as an application letter, is a professional document sent alongside your resume to a potential employer, and it showcases your skills and experiences via your resume. It explains why you are a perfect fit for the job and organizations. It aims to convince the employer to interview you. So, do you need a cover letter? Is it important? In most cases, yes. Even if not required, writing one can grab the hiring manager's attention and boost your application. Because cover letters highlighting qualification and information and attracting the employer. It provides details beyond a resume relevant to the job, and also it aims to build a positive image of the applicant for grabbing the hiring manager's attention. So now you know the definition and the social function of it. We'll jump to the next one, and the next one is generic structure. We'll discuss one by one from heading, salutation, opening, body, closing, and signature. We'll break it down from heading or contact information. This section provides basic details about you and the company you're applying to. You can first start writing your name and contact information, like phone number and email address, followed by dateline and company's name or employer's name and contact information. The next part is salutation. Salutation is a professional greeting to start your letter. The usual form is the word "Dear" followed by the person name that is addressed to. You can write "Dear hiring manager name" if the name's available, or you can just write "Dear hiring manager" if the name's unavailable. The next one is opening. In this section, you can introduce yourself and clearly state the position you're applying for. And remember to briefly state your interest in the specific job title. And if you got it from somewhere, you can mention where you saw the job posting. Let's jump to the main part, body. This is the heart of your letter. Here, you convince the employer why you are a perfect fit. Focus on what you can offer, not just your skills in general. In this section, you can first highlight relevant skills and experiences. Briefly showcase your most relevant skills and experiences that align with the job requirements. Next, you can quantify your achievements whenever possible. Use numbers or data to demonstrate the impact of your work in previous role, and express enthusiasm for the company and the role. Briefly explain why you're interested in this specific company and position. Now we've almost reached the end. Closing. In this section, you can briefly summarize your key points and express your desire for interview. You can briefly reiterate your interest in the position and your availability for an interview. And don't forget to thank the employer for their time and consideration. And we've come to an end. The last part, signature. If you are done writing all of the previous parts, the last thing you need to do is just signature. Send off your letter professionally, add a complimentary clause and your type name. And you're done. This is the final result or the final format for application letter or cover letter. You can pause this video to take a screenshot before we continue this course. And that's all for the generic structure, and now we know how to write a cover letter or application letter properly. Next, let's take a look to the examples. I've got 2 examples and let's start with a good application letter. What you can see in this letter. Yes, it is a complete form of an application letter or cover letter. It has heading that starts with a name, a deadline, and company's name, and followed by salutation with the hiring manager's name or the employer's name. In the main part, it has openings represented by the first paragraph, followed by body in the second and the third paragraph, and the letters closed by saying the writer's desire in the fourth and the fifth paragraph. And don't forget your signature with a complimentary close and the writer's name. Now you've learned what a good application letter is. Let's compare it with the bad application letter. Please take a look at this letter. What you can tell from this letter. You're right. This letter is completely inappropriate for your application letter. Let's find out. In the heading part, it lacks the writer's name. Even though the salutation and the signature are there, the opening fails to highlight the applicant's unique qualifications. The body part doesn't showcase any skills or achievements from the applicant's research experience. Even the closing is a passive closing that doesn't leave a lasting impression. Now you've learned what a bad application letter is. You will not go wrong in writing it anymore. And that's all for the examples. Next, we'll discuss about language features of application letter. Let's jump into it. Application letters use formal language or not slang. Formal letters use formal language. It means no contractions like don't, can't, I'll, etc. No informal expressions such as why don't we, did you know that, right soon, love to, what's up, I'd love to, etc. No informal punctuation like exclamation mark, ellipsis, brackets, hyphen, and etc. No phrasal verbs like pick up, look up, get over, tonight, etc. Use formal linking words to make our writing more cohesive, such as moreover, furthermore, and therefore. Use modal verbs in formal expressions like could, would, should. Use formal adjectives instead of informal adjective. For example, we can use pleasant, not nice. We can use pleased but not happy. We can use enjoyable, not fun, and etc. And last but not least, use polite language. For instance, I would be interested in, I hope that you will consider my application. I look forward to hearing from you soon, and etc. Next, in application letter, we use personal pronouns like I, you. We use special expressions like dear sir, sincerely, best regards, and etc. And we use stative verbs. Stative verbs are verbs that describe relatively fixed emotions like want, like, hope. Mental states and opinions like think, expect, consider, as well as the senses, hear, sound, see, and states of being and belonging like belong, own, need. These verbs are mostly used in simple forms. Before we jump to the next point, let's see the example of stative verbs. First one, we have verbs of opinion and thinking. In the example, we use believe and expect. The first one, I believe my qualification and experience make me a strong candidate for this job. The second one, I expect to graduate in 2000-something. Second, we have verbs of emotion. In the example, we use hope, I hope to hear from you soon. And we use want, the candidate wants to start his traineeship in September. Next one's verbs of having, being, and needing. In the example, we use have, I have experience in publishing work. And we use need as I understand that your company needs graduates with excellent communication skills. And the last is verbs of the senses. In the example, we use see as in I see from your advertisement that you need students for your international call center. And we use hear as in I hear you're looking for graduates with a degree in information technology. And that's all for stative verbs. Let's move on to the next point. The next point would be grammar related, so bear with me. For the beginning, application letters use the simple present tense. Application letters use the present simple in your job application to talk about first, things that happen on a regular basis. In the part of the letter that shows the skills you have and the work you are doing now. For instance, although I am not a student of business studies or economic, I regularly attend lectures on finance, and etc. Second, things that are generally true, long-lasting situation or permanent states. Just like the example, I work well on my own but I prefer teamwork, and etc. On the right side, we have simple present continuous tense. Application letters use this tense in your job application to talk about temporary situations and things that are going on at the moment. Just like in the example, such as I'm sending you my resume on the recommendation of Devin McLean, and etc. Let's continue to the next tenses. Simple past tenses. Application letters use past simple in your job application to talk about things that finished in the past. As you can see in the example, the internship I did at Felling Limited Liability 2 years ago gave me valuable experience in accountancy practice in the UK, and etc. Also, to talk about past habits, for example, things you sometimes regularly or always used to do but you don't do anymore. As in, during the first 2 years of my degree, I regularly participated in the business English courses offered to students of business and economics. On the other side, we have simple present perfect tense. This tense is used in your job application to talk about things that started in the past and have not yet finished, such as in I've worked for several companies including my present job as an operations assistant at Patricia Agricultural, and etc. And things that started in the past have only recently finished and I have important results or immediate implication for the present. The example for the first condition. Our research project, which was completed last June, has won 2 rewards. And the second condition, I've completed my degree in media and communication and I am now looking for employment in this field. And also talking about life experiences without a past time indication. For example, I have attended 3 courses in microbiology, and I have visited many European cities including London and Berlin, and etc. Now we've come to the last tenses that use in application letters, that is, the simple future tense. As we know, in the letters there's closing. This tense is mostly used to state our desire to the employer. This tense is used in your job application to talk about 1. Talk about plans, intentions, and goals, with the structure going to plus infinitive, as in I've nearly finished my bachelor's degree and I'm going to start my master's next year. Or you can use another structure like intend to plus infinitive, or hope to plus infinitive, or plan to plus infinitive. For example, I intend to participate in gap year program after finishing school. I hope to start the internship in August. I plan to learn as much as I can about company's processes during the graduate trainee program. 2. Talk about arrangements and appointments in the future. You can use the present continuous like taking part in an assessment center next Tuesday, and etc. 3. Talk about timetabled events in the future with the present simple tense like my last exam takes place on Tuesday 6 June. After that, I'm free to start the job. And finally, the last one, 4. Talk about fixed facts, forecast, and prognose with the structure will plus infinitive, as in I'm sure I'll be very happy working in a large team. Prognoses are often introduced by words and expressions such as I think, I hope, I'm sure, I suppose, probably, or maybe, like in we probably shortlist for candidates, but we may reduce that number. And that's all for the language features. And let's move on to the exciting part. That is quiz time! For disclaimer, I won't explain the answers. I will read out the prompt and the questions provided, and then you will answer the questions. Look at the advertisement. Wanted young people with enthusiasm to work as helpers at summer camp, must speak two languages and enjoy working with children. How would you apply for this job? In the first paragraph, you say what you are writing. You say what job you are applying for. You say where or where you saw it advertised. So, which of these is the best introduction? Number 1, the manager, or number 2, dear sir or madam? The right answer is number 2, dear sir or madam. Let's jump to the next one. In the second paragraph, you introduce yourself. You say what qualifiers you have which make you suitable for this job. Give details of your qualifications and previous experience. Make sure you include any details that are mentioned in the advertisement. So, which of these is the best introduction? The first one or the second one? The right answer is the first one. Let's just move on to the next one. In the third paragraph, you say why you are applying, say why the company should consider you, and sell yourself. So, which of these is the best answer? The first or the second? And the answer is the second one. Let's finish it with the last question. In the concluding letter, there are certain fixed expressions we use when concluding formal letters of application. We make a general statement about how we hope our application will be considered. We thank the person we are writing to for their time, and we tell them that we look forward to hearing from them. So, which of these sentences could you use to conclude a letter of applications? For these questions, the answers are many, and the answers are I hope you will consider my application. Thank you for your time. If you have any further questions, do not hesitate to contact me. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I hope you will give my application consideration. Thank you so much for your participation. After you're done with your letter based on the advertisement, you can compare it with this one. This letter is the complete letter for applying to the advertisement earlier. Discuss it with your teacher and your friends. You can pause this video to read it out, and it will be the end of this course. For those who's wondering, the explanations will be available in the description box below. I hope this video can be useful for you lot. I'm Alip Maulana, will take my leave and thank you for watching. Bye!